Hello everyone, I'm Amaterasu Wolf 1 and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. My ever-loyal associate, we must find Miss Ellie and quickly. Surely if confronted by her constant companion, she can still be convinced to abandon this fool plan. Oh, Miss Felice, I thought you had already departed in the company of your men, but all for the better. Shall we conduct the search together? I fear that will only put them at greater risk. You see, the fifth and final member of the Arbiters of Truth, the Phantom Thief's final target, is none other than Hildebrand Mander? Me. Mind you, it is not a role I sought of my own accord. My name and my passion for history are somewhat well known to the Sultanate. One day, I received an anonymous letter saying that a position in the committee had opened and I had been chosen to fill it. The letter went on to enumerate my duties, to prevent the spread of historical lies that would sully the name of our illustrious nation. As a high-ranking officer of the Sultan's Sworn, I was deemed to be in a particularly unique position to serve as an arbiter. I knew that there are other members of the organization, but was told nothing of their names or identities. To think that my unknown compatriots were the victims all along. I cannot put any more lives in danger. I must question myself in a place where my presence can cause no harm, until such a time as the killer is apprehended. Your concern for our own well-being is touching, Miss Felice, but there is no need for such caution. As a seasoned inspector, I am more than capable of protecting a lady in distress. And as a gentleman, that is exactly what I shall do. My associates here also stand at your side. Speaking of which, has anyone seen my loyal assistant? Inspector, over here! Ah, there you are, Nashu. You really shouldn't run off on your own like that. I was worried sick about you. I'm sorry, Inspector. Miss Ellie said she saw somebody in the shadows, so I went to take a look. Now, there wasn't anything there but a dormouse, but it was a really cute dormouse, you see, and it just kept squeaking and scurrying away, and I just... Pardon me for a moment, Nashu. Yes, my inspector's son speaks to me. Someone is watching us. Cyrus, let's split up and canvass our surroundings. Okay. A water-stained letter? A water-stained letter lies conspicuously on the floor. Be wary and be warned. Okay. Oh, there's the other one. Okay. Trust no one, and your friends all the less. Okay. This will avail you well. Use it wisely. You obtain a sachet of demasking dust. The next instant, you feel an intimidating presence behind you. Oh, if it isn't my beloved son's staunch companion, the mighty Cyrus. I was in the area on a matter of business, which I curtailed when I felt a suspicious presence from the shadows. Pursuing it led me here. Mayhap it is the same for you. Oh, so on your pursuit of the Thief of Many Faces has taken quite the unexpected turn, and now you have come upon a series of anonymous letters. Mayhap our watcher in the shadows is a friend, or this is but another trap laid by the fiend. Yes, the plot thickens like a dollop of salamander oil. In either event, I dare say the circumstances call for utmost caution. The thief could be anywhere, or anyone. Myself excluded, of course. No mere mask could replicate the physique of this Mandeville man. That said, I fear my Hildy may be in a bit over his head this time. Allow me to assist you in your investigation. Whether anything happened to Hildebrand, his doomed mother would, not be pleased. Alrighty. So... Oh, go back up. Do, 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 do. If the center speaks true, the villain even now lurks within our midst. And yet, we have but a single sachet of demasking dust at our disposal. We must identify the impostor beyond reasonable doubt before we proceed. You know the players better than I, Cyrus. Let's say you have a few words with each of them and see if aught seems amiss. Am I doomed to share the same fate as the others? I'd sooner die than become one of those things. Miss Ellie is a phantom thief. It is the only logical conclusion, and yet I cannot help but feel that another truth still evades us. Inspector Briarden told me about it. Who'd have thunk Miss Ellie was a phantom thief all this time? She sure fooled me. Okay, I spoke to them. Nothing particularly odd about any of them, you say? It stands to reason. The fiend would not take such a risk if he were utterly confident that he could pull off the ruse. Curses! This one's not half the fool his son is. I must elude him, and quickly. Time is of the essence. I question the Sultan's one outside. To a man they insist that they have seen naught of Miss Ellie. Wherever could she have gone? But father, what brings you here? Yes, finally the pieces are coming together. Now if you would kindly stand still and shut up, the fiend already stands among us. Inspector Briarden! Briarden, I should hope you're not doubting me. Well, I'm quite convinced that even a master impersonator would struggle to recreate your particular brand of idiocy. The fact remains that anyone here who has spent even a moment alone could be considered a suspect. The thief has proven to be highly efficient at assuming new identities. Quite an astute observation, my gangly friend. I'd say this occasion calls for a dose or two of that powder Cyrus here found earlier. There wouldn't happen to be another secret sachet or two laying about, would there? What remains of our supply has already been distributed to the search party, but worry not, they should be reporting back within a bell's time. Ha! Time might be against me, but just you watch. I'll wiggle my way out of this and turn you into the reeking, drooling corpse you deserve to be. I fear that this is more time than we can afford, Miss Felice. Fortunately, my powers of deduction will lay the fiend's face bare within minutes. We know that, given the choice, the thief prefers to impersonate familiar personages. As Miss Ellie has had only passing interactions with my dear father, we can safely eliminate him from consideration. That leaves myself, Nashu, and Cyrus here. Nashu and I, in particular, have had a close and extended relationship with our suspect. I shall begin by questioning my own assistant. I assure you that none know her better than I. Brilliant reasoning as ever, Inspector. Go on, ask me anything. Of all the times for this overstuffed buffoon to start talking sense. If he asks me anything too obscure, my cover is as good as blown. My relationship with Nashu is so close, I dare say at times it's as if we share a mind. If this Nashu is truly my ever loyal assistant, she should have no trouble completing my thoughts. I'm a Mandeville. Man. Doing only what a Mandeville can. From the peaks of Kurthus to Thanalan, Manderville. Man, you're the best, Inspector. A perfect score. You may rest easy, dear friends. This is unmistakably, inquestionably, indubitably the true Nashu. I've never loved you more than now, you marvelous muttonhead, you. Nashu, is something the matter? Just because he picked up a few more wrinkles beneath the eyes, there's no need to avert that charming face of yours. Wrinkles? Wrinkles? Look who's talking, crusty, critious old. Genius Inspector? The shroud is up, Miss Ellie. Miss Ellie, you look somehow different? Boo boo. Do, 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 do. Seven hells, done by a muscle-bound muttonhead and his mobily troop of mummers. Just who are you? Your resemblance to Miss Ellie is most uncanny, and yet... Consulting Inspector Briarden, once again you failed to measure up to your lofty reputation. Of course we resemble each other. Ellie is, after all, my own flesh and blood, my beloved sister, and my immeasurably capable partner in crime. 1,000 faces I may wear, but only one name do I bear. You can call me Sissy. Charmed, I'm sure. Are you quite all right? Why, you look as if you've seen a ghost. Despite you, Munkadeer. Despite my moniker, I assure you that Ellie and I are no specters. What we are, mind you, is the last living scions of Sildin aristocracy. Bemused, are you? Befuddled to find two sisters behind the mask? Try using your brains once in a while. Every time you encountered the thief, Ellie was standing right in your midst. No, the thief that 4 times stole the show, oh, and those priceless relics, was me. Meanwhile, Ellie hid in plain sight, supplying me with just the knowledge I needed to stay one step ahead of my pursuers, all while spinning the hair-raising tales of my exploits that won the hearts of this nation. We owe a lot to you, truly. Why, without the tales of your hapless attempts to catch me, we never could have risen to these heights of celebrity. Miss Ceci, from a gentleman to a lady, I'd ask you one thing and one thing only. Just what is it that you and Miss Ellie hope to accomplish with all of your schemes? Justice! 400 years ago, Uldan dogs reduced our great nation to a nation of zombies. At long last, the cowards that would still justify these foul deeds will suffer the same fate. Wait, the historians say it was still dead that turned their own men to zombies. The histories lie, and you work from the shadows, silencing those who would speak the truth. You should have died with your fellows, false arbiter. It was Ulda that ordered the creation of that dreadful powder, and wielded it as a weapon against our proud ancestors. The history of your glorious sultanate is built on a lie. What is this madness you speak, woman? Not madness, truth. The powder in my possession was stolen from the Uldan army 4 centuries ago by one of my ancestors. They say it was his final act of courage in the moment before his leg fell off and his rotting head dropped from his shoulders. This is the truth that historians don't tell. The truth that this doe-eyed Sultan's one would kill to keep buried in the deep sands of Thanalan. But your time of reckoning is nigh. Oh yes, before long you and everyone in this rotten nation will know firsthand the horrors my ancestors knew. And just what do you mean by that? Oh, how the idiots lap up the stories. A masked crusader for justice, a dashing rebel waging battle against power and authority. Oh, if only they knew. But they will see soon enough when you're eating each other's brains out on the streets. The last days before our proud nation was razed to the ground, a band of the final survivors stole a vast quantity of the powder from the Oldon vaults, hiding it away in a secret vault. Sealed with powerful magics. The sole means by which the vault may be opened, by assembling four secret relics from Balladia, 4 relics once housed by the royal palace of Zildir, before the Old Dawn dogs stole them and claimed them for their own. And so it dawns upon you at last. Yes, even as we speak, Ellie makes for the vault, the 4 relics safely in hand. Just think! One day you'll be able to tell your grandchildren you were there when the zombie powder rained down on Milda. No, wait! You'll all be dead! Preposterous! But first, you, my dear. You will not even have the pleasure of looking upon the last moments of your precious homeland. Let your flesh rot like all of your rotten lies. I think not, Miss Tessie. Oh dear. Hildebrand! You idiot! Just for once, could you not get in the way? Godbert Mandeville! I can't even trust your sorry arse to look out at him for a day! I knew it! That presence watching over us in the shadows. It was you, my dear wife! Oh dear. Yeah. Am I to understand that you are Hildebrand's mother? Aye, this is more like it. Hand to hand, skillet to skillet. It's no to send the warrior's pulse racing. Prepare yourself, Sireth. The time of our final confrontation is nigh. Do you have potatoes for brains, you overstuffed buffoon? My beloved boy has been turned into a stinking corpse if you hadn't bloody noticed. You, Sireth or something, was it? Hildy's told me all about your hijinks together. Pleased to meet ya. My dear boy's always had a bit of a rebellious streak. What can I say? I came on a bit too strong at times. But can you blame me? This time I thought I'd sit back and leave things to me sorry arse husband here, and look at what that got me. You'll help me out, won't you? Okay. What do you need? Reunited with my dear boy for the first time in ages, and just look at him, he's green! Fortunately, there's still time to reverse the zombie curse, and I know just the remedy. A phial of holy water. The ingredients are simple. A tatter of oversoul rags, and a phial of twice distilled water. Singot at the market stocks the former, and the latter you can procure from a trader by the name of Guest. Now hurry! Once the poison spreads throughout his veins, no antidote will save him. In the meantime, I will search for the bumbler's bumbling assistant. With any luck, Miss Nashu is still alive. Ouch, that's smart. Egad, Hildy, you're looking none too hardy yourself. No thanks to you, you bumbling elf. Now, are you going to accompany Scythe here and make yourself useful, or do I have to reintroduce you to that wall? But of course, milady. Gilgamesh is ever at your service. Singot Sentries, was it? Come now, Scythe, there's work to be done. I like this lady. Yes, hello. Hello, Nkuru. I love this lady.